Hey y'all, hey.
What's up? What's up?
Here we are.
Up? Happy Wednesday.
We haven't done a live show in it's been a long time. So we are here on a Wednesday. So it had to been some real shit for us to get up in here live
In the
today
middle of the week.
in the middle of the week. There's
Mhm.
some things
Yes.
that, you know,
A
man.
hot day, middle of the week.
Oh, yes, it's so hot. I went outside for about 20 minutes and I was like, never mind. I'll order it. It'll be here tomorrow.
Girl, I have to walk down to the mailbox. So
Oh God, can't do it. It's too hot.
Yeah, when I got
But
in my car, it was 103.
I seen on the news in Billings, Montana, Sunday it's gonna be 109 degrees, and with the heat index, it's gonna be 115.
in Billings, Montana.
And all I could think about was moose and snow and ice in Billings,
Yeah.
Montana.
Well,
I
I
said,
mean,
you
I'm
know, it get
looking
that
around this
hot up
time of the
there.
year.
There I
But
go being ignorant though, right?
mhm.
Who knows,
But climate change isn't real now. Remember that.
man? Our president said climate change is not real. We need to quit fooling
It's
people.
fake news. It's a hoax.
Not our president because I don't. Nope, nope, nope,
Them
nope.
folks president said,
Them folks. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Not our president because no, nope.
yeah, I'm gonna try
You know.
it. See, we're not gonna talk about him. We're not gonna talk about this man
Well,
today.
we wanted to come on
Him and
tonight.
wait a minute, I got one more joke before I say we're not gonna talk about him.
Okay, go ahead.
We going because we have to be very vigilant because they just blew up the Republic, the Islamic regime of Japan or something.
I saw that.
You saw him make that boo boo. He was like the Islamic nation of Japan. And I was like, I don't think that's right,
Islamic
y'all.
Nation of Japan.
Yeah, yeah. And then yesterday he mixed up and said, I don't think he mixed it up. He was so serious, but the people behind him was like, the fuck. He said he's number one on TikTok, on the TikTok. And he's on the TikTok spreading all types of positivity and how the country is great. And Marco Rubio and this other lady who looked like a melted wax figure was behind him, like, it was
I've
so
never
funny.
ever seen him on the TikTok.
The TikTok. Have y'all heard of it? Have you heard of
Never
the
seen him.
TikTok?
Never seen him on TikTok because I would
Okay,
run like hell.
I just had to get that funny out. We're not gonna talk about him. It was just funny, and the shit is funny. So get that there.
Yeah.
But we're here, and we titled this. Well, I titled this one because I was trying. What I wanted to say was, "Oh, is lynching back in style?" That's what I wanted to say, but it wouldn't let me. AI and YouTube and all them wouldn't let me say those words. So I named it What Has Changed Since Jim Crow. And I probably should have said since Reconstruction, because that's when lynching became, right after that, lynching became the way of the land. And the reason I titled it that is because we came here tonight to put people on notice and to on blast and to show homage to the babies and the people who have lost their lives that have committed suicide by hanging themselves in trees. Niggas don't do that. That's the bad, for lack of better words. Niggas don't do that. We don't play with those words. Lynchings, noose, rope, neck, hang. We don't put all those in the same sentence together. And then to do that, I just don't even go together. And then in this newest case, the baby Nolan, technically he wasn't lynched with a rope, but those boys did something to that baby. And that I'm not trying to
I
jump
know.
off. I'm
Oh, I
trying.
understand. I definitely get it. I feel you. I feel
I'm
you.
trying
Mm-hmm.
because I'm
Too
trying.
many times in too many different cities and states across the country. It's happening too much. Our kids are coming up missing.
And it's okay. So I guess I'll start with the Nolan Wells, and then we'll get some thoughts, some ideas. Tell us your thoughts. Because we are live, you can go in the comments and type in your comments, and we'll be able to see them come up, and we can talk as we go. But in the meantime, y'all know how we do. We just get to talking, and then Anthony got to pull us back in. We get a little too emotional, but nonetheless, starting off with Nolan Wells, 4th of July. First and foremost, it's the 4th of July. What is we, as Black people, we've been celebrating it all our lives, but I think we look at it as a moment to be with family, have a good time. I don't think we really looked at it as, oh, it's Independence Day and I'm a patriot. I don't. I don't think that's how we looked at it, and I might be speaking too broadly when I say that. Because I never remember red, white, and blue plate, cup, nothing.
None of that.
And my mom and daddy, honey, we grilled ever since I was knee high to a grasshopper. So yeah, it was just the time for everybody to get together. We had a day off of work, but nonetheless, this baby went to Horn Island in Mississippi, um, and with three white boys. This is a little black boy, football player, graduated from Ocean Springs High School in Mississippi. Um, Good student, playing football for the community college. Went off. So they go to this island, and everyone. The most consistent thing is the last time he was seen was at 3 o'clock on the 4th, and they found his body on Monday. There's so many inconsistencies in this case because, or not even just inconsistencies, but red flags bullshit. How the baby didn't make it back home, but his phone did. What 18-year-old, what 28-year-old, what 48-year-old gonna go that far without their phone? Issue number one. And then the boys get back, and they immediately, them and their families are immediately off of social media. Immediately. And they lawyer up immediately. If he stayed back with some chick, you would have came back with an attitude, calling your other friends, talking about this nigga. Literally, you would probably say nigga. This nigga stayed with these chicks on this his supposed to be us, yada yada yada. Or you would have been bigging him up. Hey, he stayed with this chick. He found him a little fine piece of something. None of that happened. Y'all got off social media and you lawyered up.
Mm-hmm.
And then your mama is a judge. One of them boys' mama is a judge.
Stepmother.
Mm-hmm.
Stepmother, I'm sorry, you right.
Well,
And
let me chime in, sis, because I want
okay,
to chime in like this right here.
okay.
First of all, I hate it happened to the young man because 18 is very young to be losing your life. You know, I want to say that the way he was being raised and things like that, and the people he were around, that he was gonna probably do well in life. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
But I can't keep feeling sorry and having sympathy
mhm,
because these people they have shown us over 400 years of how they truly feel about us. But yet still you parents still have your children out here and leave them in their care like they. I just my sympathy for all of that, because when you know better you do better. And people, and now this in 2026 people know better.
we know better.
I say don't lose sympathy. If you start losing sympathy, become like them because that's kind of like a savage mindset, an evil demonic spirit. If you could kill or hurt or maim someone and have no conscience as like it's a joke and carefree, then there's something wrong with you. But if the young man was 18, 19 years old, his parents couldn't tell him what to do or where to go in that respect for the most part. I mean, because for all intents and purposes, he's an adult.
Mhm.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we niggas. And my mama, I'm 42,
Mm-hmm.
and my mama say, Heifer, I said, don't you take your ass and let me find out you went. I'm too much of a bad liar and a punk to even go because I'm gonna forget. And and I feel for me that's a level of respect
Mm-hmm.
because my punk ass ain't gonna remember that lie. So it's best that I not go. Because my mama said. And they from Mississippi. I'm from Mississippi. And Mississippi, you
Yeah.
a little
But you
country.
said, you said in Mississippi. Come on. So you actually raise your children in Mississippi and Alabama, here in Georgia, parts of Tennessee, to think that it's okay to be, you know what I'm saying, just high fiving and you know what I'm saying.
Well,
You know,
let me correct you with just because you're putting it from those southern states. Malcolm X in the Ballad of the Bullet, he said anything south of Canada is down
right?
south. So that's the
He
whole United
did.
States.
He
Yeah.
did. Okay,
So
you're right.
it's no difference in Michigan, Illinois, the whole 9 yards, California. White folks are white folks that are white folks.
Right
And
on.
there was a case here, and here we go, going to drift it just a little bit, but we're going to bring it back to the ranch. It
Mhm.
was a few years ago. It was a black guy. I think he was a Michigan State trooper. He was
Mhm.
around them white folks up at a bar up north somewhere. He was the only one. And of course, they got to fight and they got to call him the N word and everything. So he didn't get killed. But I'm just saying, don't put it to Georgia or Mississippi. It
The
happens
South.
here too.
It
Mm-hmm.
happened very well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It, it's just really sad though that we have to still at this day and time be like, yeah, you can't go over there. Or yeah, you can't do that. It is weird to me though when I do see one black kid with a whole bunch of white kids, and I have to think about it. It depends on the area they was raised in, because unfortunately, a lot of black people, because I'm not one of those niggas, feels like if I put my kid in this school district and it's mostly white, they'll be better off. And then had a nerve to say, y'all need to go to a HBCU. That's dumb. Um, so when you look at the area that they were in, it was a predominantly white area. He really didn't have a choice of the people that he hung out with because that's all he went to school with.
Get over
So
here.
that's what he
Get your,
knows.
Skylar, get over here. Oh, I'm
Uh-oh.
sorry. I'm sorry. Get.
I forgot she. But you forget. I mean, this is the area that he was raised in, so that's what he knows. Like, those are the people that he was around. Um, However, it got to be one more, or you got to go to the next town over because yes, you really. I don't want to blame the baby, and I'm not blaming him for his circumstances or what happened to him. I'm not blaming him at all. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying, look at the optics of everything and realize that
Well, let's
he's
not
a,
sugarcoat it. Let's
let's
not
not,
sugarcoat
okay,
it. Just
okay.
like Cuz said, look, these people have been showing us, and I use that word people very cautiously. They
Mhm.
have been showing us ever since we've been kidnapped and brought over here, our ancestors. They do not like us. They don't want anything to do with us. They hate us. It's just the way it is. Now, when I say that, of course, I don't mean every last one, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying it with that mindset, we need to be cautious and careful all the time
Mhm.
because it's a nefarious mindset around them. My
Yeah.
uncle is 96 years old from Mississippi, I think Illinois. And
Ooh.
he told me when I was a young guy starting out working and everything, he said, don't you let them white guys buddy with you and make you think you're a pal. He said, because the next thing you know, they're going to be trying to put their foot in your ass.
Mm.
Literally.
Yep. Yep.
Literally.
Mm.
Like they did James Bird down in Texas a few years ago. Hit you to the back of the car and just drag you until your body just until you just all torn into pieces.
Well, they tied him up and the
They
Mm-hmm.
tied
truck
him up to the
went
back of the truck.
separate ways and his
Mm-hmm.
body split in pieces. So
Mm.
And
this
it's so I feel bad because My brother-in-law is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, but he is white as white can be. He don't like white people. He's so funny. Hearing him talk about white people is hilarious. But and and my middle nephew, they is mixed as mixed can be. They look like little white kids, and the middle one will tell you anyway. I'm a 100% motherfucking black man, and he just turned 11. That is my. But I feel bad knowing because his family, we love his family. We've gone out, we've had um, dinner with them, we've hung out, we done all kinds of things, and so I know it's not everybody, but even at the same time, he has another side of the family where they are very, um, I hate to use the word racist because some of them, I don't think they know, and the ones that do know, they are very vocal about it. But the way they act around my sister and the kids, and my sister she has no filter. She said, "Well, fuck them crackers, and I take my kids," and she do it in a heartbeat. So I say that to say I know it's not all, and I got some white people currently in my family, not just the past, because my great grandmother is white as white can be. Couldn't tell looking at me and my mama, but my great grandmother was white. I had an auntie was white as white can be. So we had white people, and I know right now I'm sounding like those white people that be like, "We have a black friend." Have that black friend been your house? Look,
So we have a black friend.
I will say for my white people, we have sat around the table and told some of the most horrible, stereotypical jokes and laughed, and we've eaten, we've broken bread, we've done all of that. So yes, I love those white people. Um, I mean, and I hate to say that they've proven themselves because you don't have to prove yourself to anybody. But I know I'm not in danger of lynching around those white people. I'll be scared because even with my brother-in-law, white people might be scared that they gonna be lynched around him, but that's a whole nother story. Um, but for the most part, I think about it like this: just like trauma and everything is connected to our genes, and we should know better. And when it's hanging out with a lot of them, we have to understand that evilness, that same trauma on their end is connected to their genes too. So it's in them to be Neanderthals, just like it's in us to be these gullible, nice, stupid ass people sometimes.
But we have to admit they are the most brutal people on the planet.
Yes, they are, and it's attached to them. Even the good
White
ones.
men, in my opinion, and this is just my personal opinion, they are the most brutal and always have been.
Well, if they
Yeah.
not, they certainly in the top tier. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Baby, the top two.
Now as far as our people, of course, they probably I don't know if they inherit. I can't say they inherit that from them, but we have some of our people. They doing some outrageous, crazy things too. You know what I'm saying? These young boys killing their grandmamas, and and stuff. It's crazy,
Yeah,
but
we crazy on another level.
yeah, it's
We
crazy.
mentally crazy.
Yeah,
I think for black people, even Hispanic people, we mentally crazy. Like we
yeah,
literally got some screws
Screws
loose.
loose.
But for them, it's not. It's an inherently.
yeah. It's like on a beast level. You know?
Yeah,
Savagery.
I gotta.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just
yeah,
different. I don't know
yeah.
how to even
Savagery
say it.
is evil. It's nefarious. It's demonic. It's just I've never seen it before in my life.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just deep.
Exactly.
But
Very inhuman.
yeah, and with this young man, again, I hate it happen. And
Mm,
my heart goes out to his parents and family and friends, and it has
mm,
upended their life as they knew it.
yes.
So they've got a big, tall mountain ahead of them, and hopefully
Yep.
they can get justice. I would be cautious and careful of any black person single by themselves, not necessarily in marital status, but just you're the only one
The only
around them, and you going far out, camping to the woods, vacationing. I would think twice. I really,
Mhm.
really would, because it gonna come out that liquor get in them and they're high. Remember, I told y'all a few shows ago, we were talking about something similar to this. That young
Mm-hmm.
black guy went to Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bakari Henderson. This was a few
Mm-hmm.
years ago. He was the
Yeah.
only
Mhm.
black in that bar, and some
Mm-hmm.
Serbians and Ukrainians and all. He asked a white waitress, the lady, to take a picture, or she asked to take a picture. I can't remember how it went, and they got mad seeing him interact with this white woman, and the fight
Mm-hmm.
ensued. They beat him to death, and they
Yeah.
got off. They
And
got
they
off.
Yeah.
got out.
They
Yeah,
got
they
off.
got money.
Well,
It
here
was.
we got another one in Michigan that happened 3 weeks ago. Gerard Jackson.
I've been
He
heard.
went to a festival, a rave type festival, with two of his white friends. He rented an SUV, drove up. 28 years old. They found him on the side of the road with the driver and the passenger side door open to his car. The weird thing about it is he called the police after him and the friends, they just have a little argument or whatever. Police get there and says no foul play, no fight happened, nothing happened. So he gets mad, he leaves. This is allegedly because I'm questioning it. He leaves and then he leaves back his phone. So the friends say, "Oh, we took his phone and his keys, but he must have got his keys while we were sleeping and he left. But he left his phone though." Okay, so that's red flag number one. He
Mm-hmm.
left his phone, but his bank account and his Apple Pay was used during the time he was missing from his phone that he didn't have. Oh, okay. And then they called his mom and said, "Oh, we think he had a mental episode." He doesn't have any history of mental illness, no acting out, no none of that.
Well, if they slipped him some LSD, he might.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
He just might. He just
Some type
might.
of Mickey or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. But you so worried and concerned, but you're using his phone. You using it to buy stuff, buy gas. It was used to buy gas. They tried to say it was him buying the gas, but you kind of messed yourself up because he was supposedly missing at the time that the gas was bought using Apple Pay on his phone. So yeah, there's another one, and this was just 3 weeks ago. I think it was June 29th is when his body was found, and the police ruled that one a suicide. He was found in the woods, hung in the woods. A black
So now,
man.
why is it that? Why do they feel that every time a black man or the young black man or black man is found hung, that he killed himself?
Well, they don't
Oh,
feel that way. That's just the narrative they want to push, it, telling you they really don't give a damn. I mean,
yeah, because there was
remember,
no foul play.
right?
There was
Remember with
no.
Emmett Till,
Yeah.
and well, we wasn't born, but nonetheless, watching the documentaries and
Right.
hearing the old folks say, when the
Mhm.
jury, when they came back with their verdict, remember that old fat hillbilly they showed him in the document? He laughed, ha 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 ha. We would have reached the verdict earlier, but we had stopped for a
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, so we was just having a Coca-Cola.
Mhm.
They didn't take it
And
serious.
cool.
If the human, that wasn't a human. They didn't take it serious. So it's just the way it goes. There was one too, Chicago, that
And
I
they
looked.
don't take it serious now.
Right. I
Mhm.
looked up. His name was Rasheem Carter, and this was in Mississippi. And I think this happened like a year or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he called his mom and said two or three white guys in trucks, 2, 3 trucks with white guys was chasing after him, calling him the N word and harassing him. And he ran to the police station. He found his way to the police station, and he
Mhm.
told them, "Hey, these guys are bothering me. They follow me. I think they're gonna hurt me." And they told him something to the effect, "Oh well, we're not here. You need to go to a taxi or something." They wouldn't help him, and they found some tape. He went to a Dollar General. He was looked distraught, and I guess he was just trying to deal with the shock, the horror, and the terror was going on in his life because he was afraid for his life. Anyways, they found another film clip of him going walking towards the woods or something. But in that particular, he really looked bad, and he had like a little stick in his hand. They found
Mhm.
his body later, and his body was ripped in 4 different parts. Head was off, and his penis was in his mouth. And you know what the police said? Oh, an animal got to him. It was no foul play.
Really?
Yep,
His
Rasheed
body was
Carter,
ripped.
Mississippi. In Mississippi. My father
Animal.
from Mississippi, he told me when he was a boy, he was walking from the store, or whatever he was doing, and some white guys in the truck, I guess they was teenagers or whatever, they snatched him up and threw him in the back of the truck. And it was snakes in there. And he got to hollering and jumping around, and they was just ha 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 ha, laughing, getting their joy off. They did let him out, and outside of the road. They didn't hurt him and harm him, but they do sick demonic stuff like that. Because they say in Nolan, I think that's his name, he was getting into an argument with them in reference to some drugs. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. And it was going back and forth. And that's when he left them, and they never seen or heard any more from him again. Because the only thing they said consistently was the last time they saw him, about going in
3 o'clock, baby. We don't know 3 o'clock. We don't know nothing else about that case.
But I would say this though, they did the right thing, even though we might frown on it. But you're supposed to always shut your damn mouth and get you a lawyer.
Yeah. In hindsight, they did the right thing, but not hindsight. That's not the word.
Well, just for protection.
Yeah.
But my only thing is, it's like, really though, seriously, for real. Do these people actually not know? Do their parents not know? I know when they 18, 19, they grown, they say they grown or whatever. They 9 to 10, they probably still at home and probably ain't paying no bills or whatever. But I mean, you're not saying nothing to them about this?
It might not.
And I think being raised down there, and it seems like an affluent type area, they probably didn't. Especially being that his mom is not black. His mom is something else. His dad is black. And him growing up in
black to me, but I could be wrong.
Maybe she ain't pure black. She just looks.
She looked black to me.
She looks something. Well, I don't know. I won't say real light skin, but Stacey, you kind of white.
Or whatever. I know. Even being as light skinned as I am, I don't look white.
No, you don't. But maybe in that area they probably didn't. Who knows? I mean, it would really depend.
It doesn't, but sis, it doesn't matter where they living at. You know what I'm saying, or where they moving to, or where they trying to go. What I'm saying is, the reality of it is, you have got to tell your kids the truth about this situation and the thing called racism. You got to give it to them. You got to give it to them early. You got to prepare them for what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You can't wait until it's too late, because then it's too late. You know what I mean? So this needs to be done now. And this is not, our kids not going to get this information in the public school system.
It's kind of like what you said, have the talk.
Yes.
In the police, had that talk. And I agree, but it wasn't just for only these situations, just our history. Period. Of the struggle. And I think behind the civil rights and integration and all those kind of things, we did take our eyes off the prize. We stopped telling the story because we had access to go to their neighborhoods, schools, public accommodations without the harassment and the separate drinking fountains and bathrooms and eateries. So we just, it don't resonate.
Hey, somebody overcame, but they didn't tell us.
You know that's what Florence said on the Jeffersons, right?
That's what she said. Somebody overcame, but they didn't tell us.
Because you didn't overcome. That's why.
Well, here's another one from Mississippi. I have to say it all. I can't help it sometimes. Mississippi. Just it's the whole ippy that's missing. But I don't know if you remember the case from last year, the young man Trey Reed from Delta University College, Delta State.
Yeah, when they found him hanging.
Found him hanging. Here go 2 strikes right here. He was hanging. And on a pickleball court, no nigga on no pickleball court. And he hanging. Like it's just
You got some black women trying to get on, just
black
trying to
women over
get
40.
into
Black
pickleball.
women over 40, because we got to figure out how to move our bodies because it's doing stuff we don't understand and we don't want to work out. So let's go play pickleball. But ain't
Right.
no 21-year-old black boy
On no
playing pickleball.
pickleball court.
Yes.
He might have
But
been with one of his
that's another,
cougars. He could have been with a cool guy.
I can't with you. But that situation's pretty messed up too, because it's still, I checked on the status today. There's still no videos on that case at all, but it was in the middle of a college campus.
Yeah.
There's cameras there, but there's no videos. And they
Yep.
say again it was ruled a suicide.
Yeah.
Nobody saw him standing up on the pole in the middle of the campus on the pickleball court on a chair that was never found. He didn't climb the tree. He had no tree bark on him to climb the tree. It just doesn't, it's not adding up. And it's ruled a suicide. It's not adding up. And I think Ben Crump is on that case as well. They're trying to raise the money to get an autopsy, an independent autopsy.
Yeah.
He's doing Nolan's case as well. They hired him yesterday. But I think,
well, one thing about being crime, he'll get him a check. He might not get no justice, but he'll get him a check.
a
lot of people, a check is justice.
Who are you going to sue? In Nolan's case, who are they going to sue?
Who they going to sue? Yeah.
Somebody knows something somewhere.
Yeah,
they
but
gotta
the
go about
son don't make you have to pay.
Don't botch it up like they did Carmelo Anthony case. You got to get out there and find out what really happened.
No, them they done found they're working on Carmelo Anthony case.
Yeah, I know they're working on it now.
Those the attorney admitted. He admitted in writing in the affidavit. He answered the I forgot the word that they put out, but the attorney sent out a thing with all the questions, and you have to submit your answers to I forgot that word. Don't judge me as a paralegal, but in the answers, he said, yes, I failed to interview the 21 witnesses. I failed to what else was it? He failed to interview them. He failed to submit evidence. He failed to get
now I would sue him for malpractice.
That's a whole nother lawsuit. Yes. But he failed to do it. It was like 10 things.
Yeah, legal malpractice. But yeah, it's these occurrences, they've been happening. They've never stopped. Remember that young lady down there in Georgia? She was the only black girl with them white girls, and they found her dead with blunt force trauma to her body. And they say she took some Xanax
in Sundown Town,
and she fell off the porch, upper porch or something.
Yeah.
So I just say be cautious and careful with it.
Yeah, that was
learned about one today.
One of the sundown towns, one of the many sundown towns that Georgia has.
Many sundown towns. What's sad is I learned about a case today in Marietta at a park that we used to hang out at as kids. This happened February 18th. The boy Cal Bassinger was found hanging at Farrell's Park in Marietta.
I remember that.
I don't, and we watch the news every morning. That's why when I read it, I was so like
he had a run-in with the police. He had a run-in.
Oh, do you think they did it?
He had a run-in with the Georgia State Police. He was in Atlanta on the school campus, going to school, attending classes. And the policeman was harassing him, saying he shouldn't have been on the campus, wanted to see his ID, boom, boom, boom. One thing led to another, pow, pow, pow. He didn't arrest him, but he ended up hanging in Farrell in that park.
That's so sad. And then the one lonely video they have is of him walking in the woods. They say he was by himself.
Yeah.
The one thing that got me, though, is they said they have a video of him buying some rope. It was blue. But the rope they found was not blue on him.
Yeah,
So how that don't it's not adding up.
Well, I
Um,
mean, and we have to be honest. They never stopped lynching the black man, even from back in the days. They never stopped lynching the black man. They
in
never
one way
stopped
or
doing
another.
none of that. You know what I mean? It's just that now we're in real time with our technology, and we getting everything that we didn't get back then. But even through the 70s and the 80s, I mean, they never. We just didn't know it.
well,
You know.
it wasn't always lynching. It was just horrible acts or assaults to black people, or it even leading to murder. Because again, down there in Georgia, what's his name, Aubrey, where he
Yeah,
was
my
out just jogging, and some
Mm-hmm.
neighbors accosted him and killed him
Mm-hmm.
just because he was jogging. I had a cousin here in Detroit. He doesn't live here anymore. He's still alive, but he grew up in the suburban area, affluent. But there's blacks there too. But nonetheless, his parents had money and so forth. And that was what all his friends he hung around was white. He even married a white girl, but they're divorced now. But nonetheless, same thing happened to him. He went up north with all them white folks. Something happened, got into it. They chased his ass out of there. He had to literally run for his life. He
Mm-hmm.
left behind his phone, and he was able to, in the woods, he was able to manage to find his way back to the highway and flag down help. If they
Mm-hmm.
would have caught him, he would have been a story.
Just like that
it
movie Get
never
Out.
has been.
It absolutely is like the movie Get Out. That's what I thought
Yeah,
about
that
earlier.
movie is crazy, but it's art imitates life, right?
Absolutely. And so to
And
me, like you say, when you go up north or to a camping or wherever, it is like the perfect setting for those horror shows that we see. The blacks going to be the first one get axed.
I wouldn't go to the mall with them. I'm sorry. And
I
it's
could
it's a
not with
public place
you.
with a whole, and I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? I'm
I'm
just
trying to
I
think.
could do the mall because
no,
They
no,
might
because
have
urban mall,
me.
I don't.
urban, not rural.
Oh yeah, we gotta go to Greenbrier.
Shit, online. That's all thing I can do with them. Other than that,
I cannot.
Speaking
Like
of,
I said,
we had a
I
mall shooting
know
up here in Detroit over the
they did
holiday.
what?
A mall shooting. Two young black men are dead,
yeah.
shot and killed inside the mall, Fairlane Mall in Dearborn, Michigan.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Yes.
You're right.
Oh, look, I want to bring homage to one more baby before I make some faces. No, I
And
got two more babies.
these are some kids too. They were kids.
Yeah, the kids. The kids.
That's
You
the
know, and
sad
the
part.
question
That's
was
why I keep
asked
saying
when
these babies.
before the TV used to go off back in the days. The question was, "Do you know where your children are?" That's what we saw before the
And the
TV.
American flag flying afterward.
Yep,
Yep,
you know
and
that's
that
what you know.
music. Duh, duh.
That bullshit. But yeah, it was. Do you know where your children are? You know what I mean? And it's like now it's like, no, they don't know where their kids at. They can't tell you where their kids at. You know what I'm saying? They can't. These, especially single women, not all of them. Single women can't tell you where their kids at, but they can tell you where their man at.
Don't do that stereotype.
Because they got that
Yeah,
GPS on him. You see what I'm
You
saying?
got it on their kids too, because they got them phones.
Mm.
So the kids, I think a lot of times it's no situations where people don't know, especially young kids.
Your 12-year-old? How
That,
your
that's a young
12-year-old
kid.
down at Atlantic Station shooting it up? He
That's a
12,
young.
13.
That's
Like,
why I say in those situations, your kid was supposed to go spend the night over somebody's house, or you working and your kid's supposed to be sleeping. You a nurse and you working overnight, because the thing about it, it's hard out here for a pimp. Not excusing that
yep.
these kids are out here, but what's the whole situation? I'm with the way things are now. I just don't think things are so black and white. Because
They
I
might
mean,
not
if
be
that's the
black
case, we
and
wouldn't have investigations, because we see three white boys go out with a black boy and the black boy don't come back. Case closed, they killed them. But that's not the case.
But I was gonna say it might not be black and white, but blacks are the target. Because
Oh yeah.
remember, Malcolm X's grandson was killed like that in Mexico. It
Yeah,
happens all over the world, not just unique to
Or
America.
on slap off a
yeah.
building.
There was a case I read. This was some years ago. It was a black guy had went to Cancun with his family, but he was from Canada,
Mhm.
and he left the resort and caught a cab to go, in town or whatever, party, drink, who knows. And those places, they do ride shares, but the ride share was a sham. The person in sharing the ride with him and the driver were robbing the
Yep.
people. And they
Oh,
robbed him, beat him, and threw him out the car. He survived, and he was found, and he survived. But he said he would never ever go back to Cancun, Mexico in his life. So
No.
it's a cautionary tale for us
Mm-mm.
around the globe.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
We are not their friends. John Henry Clark said, "We
We
have
don't
no
have no
friends in this
friends.
world."
Mm-hmm.
Pull up his speech and listen to him. It's grainy, but you
Mm-hmm.
can make out what he's saying. And it's
He
true.
said we don't have no friends.
We don't have no friends in this world.
So with that being said, let's try to put it in perspective of shit, an acronym. Um, when you think about the inner peace part of it, how do you have that conversation with your kids growing up? Because like you said, we have to have the talk. We gotta have the talk about the birds and the bees, and now we gotta have the talk about the bees and the bees, and the birds and the birds, and the birds of the bees. So how do we throw Neanderthals and building relationships with people? Because you have to deal with them. You
I
have to
mean,
be
you got to tell it
around.
like it is. You have to tell it like it
Don't
is.
sugarcoat it. Tell it.
You cannot leave nothing out.
You
You
know,
have to
you're
tell
telling
them.
them your history. You got to know
You
your history. You
got to
have
know
to keep them
history.
informed.
You know.
And the reason I ask is because yes, we do have those black people that feel like I'm gonna put my kid in this better school district, and they thrive there. Um, and they
And you know what? Since not cutting you off, it wouldn't be
Mhm.
nothing wrong with that if they were teaching Black history.
You can't teach Black history
Yep,
in
that's what I'm saying.
schools,
That's
but
what I'm
we
saying.
could teach it in our communities, just like we did, our ancestors did, because they were forbidden to read, but they
Yeah.
still found a way around it. So that
Mhm.
that pipeline, um, you have to still utilize that. You can go to libraries, like you had mentioned before. We could have those public spaces, a park. You can go to Starbucks, like you mentioned. You can ask church, can you
Mhm.
utilize their services for history
Mhm.
class to teach the community about our history? Because there are a
Mhm.
lot of books out there. Reading is fundamental.
Really
And
good.
again, you have to tell the story.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you won't know. They will not know. They
Mhm.
see life through these rosy colored glasses, a rosy lens, because the separate water fountains are gone, the
Mm-hmm.
separate eating places, the
Mm-hmm.
separate housing, et cetera, et cetera. But it
Mm-hmm.
still exists.
It's
Right.
still there.
Flipped it
Right.
is economics, because they
Right.
got
Mhm.
it so pricey to your poor
Mhm.
black ass can't go there, can't afford it.
There it is.
And
And
that's
That's
even
it.
if
That's
it
all.
and
That's
that's
it.
poor
That's
white ass and
all.
everybody else ass that can't go there. Not to
Right.
live.
Right.
not to be, I mean, even in the schools, they have these, in these better schools, they have these elaborate field trips, and these study abroad, but it's
Yep.
$10,000, but I've already paid $30,000 for my kid to be here, or my kid is on a scholarship to be here. My baby ain't gonna be able to go on this $10,000 trip. So you're still being left behind. You still got that line drawn. And it's like in that kid's eyes, like, damn, we poor, we broke, I can't do nothing, but I'm here type of deal. And really, it's kind of built that way. They gave you the scholarship because you're the token Negro, so it won't be like they, and I hate to say the token Negro because a lot of kids do earn that spot.
Mm-hmm.
However,
They
dot,
earn
dot,
they
dot.
earn for it.
It's a numbers game. Well, now that we don't have DEI no more, they probably ain't gonna have none of them in there. Who knows? We'll see how that works.
He trying everything he can to tear down anything that's affiliated with people of color. He
It's
working
just
overtime. Stephen Miller working overtime.
we not gonna talk about them today.
Oh,
Nope.
that's right.
We're not talking about them today.
Nope.
We got another baby I'm finna talk about.
All right, let's have it.
Tonea Miller in Florida. Went to Florida from Michigan for Juneteenth, and they found her body
Oh
actually on
yeah.
the 18th.
The 27-year-old.
Hanging, 27-year-old, hanging in a park. No foul play. They ruled it in less than 24 hours as a suicide. Her auntie came down here and said, "Yep, that's her. She probably did commit suicide. I see it. She was homeless." Her sister said, "But you don't know my sister. Hold on." Sister was like, "Wait a minute. She did not commit suicide. Something happened. Let's look at this whole picture." And then in less than 24 hours, and if it really was a suicide, why can't I get the police report? Why can't I get the coroner's report? Why can't I get all the documentation um, towards this case if it really was a suicide? Because if it was that cut and dry, you should be able to hand me everything. She hadn't gotten anything yet. There were a lot of reports in the park about people it not being safe, a lot of police being called over there, just weird people in the neighborhood and all this other stuff, people casing out the area. So who knows? But the police said there was no foul play. She had no bruises. Her hair was just messed up, and it was ruled a suicide.
And she
Again,
just happened
no phone.
to 15th and just decided to hang herself.
Yep, with no phone.
Yeah, but see, this is why we, in my view, we really need to unify. We
Mhm.
have too many external forces against us. We
Yes.
have got to, like I mentioned about these young boys killed each other up here at the mall over the weekend. That should not be.
Happen. It shouldn't
We
happen.
need to unify and
Yes.
scrap those little meaningless arguments that leads to such violence. We have got to wrap our hearts and minds around loving each other, because if you love each other, you won't be so quick to hurt them. Oh, and
Let-
if you do hurt them, you ain't gonna try to kill them.
Yeah.
I would go even a step further. I would. You ain't gotta love me if you don't know me, but at least respect me. We gotta
All
respect
that
each other.
goes. The respect, the whole 9 yards. That's what I said. We have to do better as a community, because if we don't take care of each other and stand up for ourselves, we know how those folks are. They're not going to do it. That's
No.
what Malcolm X talked
No.
about in the Ballad of the Bullet, about Black nationalism, where
Right.
we
Right.
put our agenda for ourselves,
Yeah.
building our own economic resources, our own
Yes.
jobs, our own
Yes.
education, so that ways we can have our Black history in the schools, because we have
Mhm.
our own
Separate but equal.
we
Separate but
really have
equal.
to focus
Mhm.
that paradigm, because what we're presently under is not working for us. It was
Mhm.
not designed to work for us. And
Mhm.
we
Mhm.
have got to change our hatred and disloyalty for each other. We have
Yeah.
got to, or we're not going to make it. Just like I had mentioned before, with the demographic changing, about they ain't going to be here 50 to 100 years. Hard to find one
Mhm.
on the planet. But whoever comes in and
20
be
years.
be in the leadership and political prospect or political agenda running things, they gonna treat us the same way. We have no friends. We have to treat ourselves better. We
Mhm.
truly, truly do.
Mhm.
We're
You're
not
right.
going to make it.
Yep.
We're not. And I really think it's, some people, I heard something today. Was it today or yesterday, talking about the same thing, saying, "Oh, it's all crabs in the barrel, it's crabs in the barrel." And I hate that statement, because I think a lot of times we don't, and I say we as Black people as a whole, we don't really know we're in a barrel. A lot of us don't know we're in a barrel. We're just trying to survive day by day by day because
Being
of
doing what we've been
the
doing all
car,
our life.
the cars we were dealt. And it goes for a perfect example of when they set up these schools, and the schools got this, and the other school down the street got something totally different. They don't have the same resources, so they can't have the same outlook. And then you look at these kids and you say they gotta have a dream. Well, only thing you see in these books are basketball player, football player, singer, doctor, lawyer,
Rapper.
and yeah,
I'm getting,
rapper, and you might see a preacher, a minister. Those are the only jobs that you see, but yet you see all these folks out there that got the money. They doing shit that's not in these books because they doing stuff that's illegal because that's what's around you, and it creates this
Exactly.
environment of turmoil. I'm not laughing at you.
but that's where we
Say
have to
it, say
do
it, say it.
partnership
Okay?
with Black professionals so they can come back into the
Into
community
the community. Because they're
and
scared
show
to
them,
come now.
yeah, and show them a better life. Well,
Yeah.
they have legitimate cause. There was a
Mhm.
Black soul food restaurant here a few years ago. It was called Hank's. And you
Mm.
talking about food was good, made the homemade dinner rolls. I mean, for the holidays,
Mm.
you had to wait in line and special orders. But nonetheless, he tried to help these brothers in the community. He got some young fellas out, gave them jobs. Now you know one came back, robbed him, killed him, right?
Right. Yeah.
So sad
I
because
figure
they
all
want
them
what
came
he want, but
together.
don't know how to get what he want besides taking it
But
from
that's
him.
the point that I'm saying. She said, like
Mhm.
Stacey said, cuz said that they're scared to come back in the community
Yeah.
because of the danger. And I
Because of
agree.
the
It's
danger. Yeah.
legitimate. It's
Yeah.
legitimate.
Yeah.
So what do we do as a? I mean, we are saying it, but I think we need to put as a collective, as people, we got to put a plan together because we say they scared to come back in the community, rightfully so. We're saying that people want more, but when those people that come in the community, they see it and they rob and they kill them and they beat them, it's because they don't know how to get to where they are. So
Yeah, yeah, well,
They're in
it's something
savage and
missing in
survival
them
mode, like you say. That they stay in
because
that
that's
mode.
all they know.
Yeah,
well,
exactly. But
why don't business owners in the different communities, why don't business owners hold meetings and try to talk to the people in the community about, hey, we're gonna come into your community, we're gonna set up a business, but we have to work together. Everybody have to work together. You know what I'm saying?
well, they may
That's
not
what
be
we
aware of
do.
it, but bring that proposal to your business, to your small business. Take it to
Mhm.
the business, the chamber of business, and
Yep.
bring that proposal. You have to do that part. But the other thing is too is that we have to feel the fear and do it anyways. Because you know what fear is? Fear is false evidence appearing real. It's not real. Because once you
Mhm.
conquer it, it disappears. It's
Right.
just like light and darkness. You
Yep.
enter a room and it's pitch black. You hit that light switch. What happened to the
Boom.
darkness?
Everything light up.
It
Darkness
disappeared.
go away.
That's what we have to do. That fear
Mhm.
is not real. It's false evidence appearing real. It just isn't.
Yep. So yeah, we have to do it.
Feel the
We have
fear
to
and
do
do it
that.
anyway.
So we
Do
need
it
to figure out
anyway.
who to talk to because
Start at
Step
your
out
chamber.
on faith.
Started on you with your chamber of commerce, those small
Yep.
business
Yep.
associations, and see if they can
And
come
the
in.
small businesses in the community.
Right,
yeah,
see if they can come in and willing to do an hour, just talk
Mm-hmm.
and reach out to these younger people and the older people too, for that matter, so
Mm-hmm.
we can start building coalitions.
Right.
man, it
Right.
is. We got a
Because we
mission
got to look
now.
out for each other, security wise and everything. We have to have our own security. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just but it can be
You make a
done.
very good point. I think we have to do like the Black Panthers. We have got to start taking self-defense courses and getting
Mm-hmm.
our permits to carry our weapons. And like growing up, women, they told you to walk in groups, kids going to school. We have got to be in groups when,
Yeah,
especially going out around them folks up in the rural.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I live out here in the country. Yes, got to be
Yeah.
around some other people. Um, before I ask this last or say my last point, I have one more baby that I want to talk about because I haven't even heard of this case either. Um, just to put her case out there, her name is Juliana Natista. She is an immigrant from Congo. She's 16 years old in Charlotte, North Carolina. A man and his dog found her hanging at a church. Um, they said there was a chair and that she committed suicide, allegedly. But when you put the chair under her, it doesn't fit. It's too small. It was a children's church chair. She wouldn't have been able to reach.
Mm-mm.
However, there's still no foul play.
Did Johnny Cocker say if it don't fit, you must have quit?
Black people not hanging themselves. Black
And I'm
people are
not
not
making light
hanging
of that
themselves.
situation. I was just showing a little levity.
Yeah.
I don't want to comment say, well, he was cruel. No, no, no. My
No.
heart of compassion definitely goes out. I would just, you got to laugh sometimes because it's
Look, you gotta
making me
laugh
cry and
sometimes to keep from
But
depressed.
black
crying.
people will not hang themselves. They're not going to do it. First of all, the
Said
average
it from
black
the
person that
beginning.
you run into don't even know how to hoop, don't know how to loop and hoop a noose.
Look, because not
You know
enough
what I'm
our parents,
saying?
not
They
enough
don't
of
know.
our parents trusted us to be Boy Scouts to go out there to learn how to tie them knots. So no, we
And
didn't
ain't
do
the
that.
average person you roll up on right now can't tie no knot for no noose.
Shit, I can barely tie a shoe still. Don't ever
Uh,
tell my mama
and
that.
especially, and I hate to say it, but in our community, they can't tie a necktie. But
But
not
those are the things you do. I did a report on, I was in this organization up here, and they tasked me with, of course, you know, me and my dressing and clothes.
mm-hmm.
And I was tasked to dress for success. So
Yeah.
I, you know, taught them or showed them how to make yourself presentables. And tying a tie was definitely one of. It took me a
Mhm.
long time to tie a tie, but now I will say this: my ties ain't always straight, but I still know how to tie it.
But you
That
can
They
tie
on
it.
there.
Yeah.
that's it be all over here, and I'm stuck. And next thing I know, it's back this way. I say, "Oh shit, F it," and I just
You
You
know
tie
what
want
I'm
it to be right or
saying?
do you want it to be on?
it's,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like both,
But I
but
mean,
I
you know,
can't get it to the T. So I just
yeah.
loosen it up and just have it that, you know, hip hop way.
Yeah,
But you
that's
know, the
loose.
thing
I don't
is,
have a
how
long
can
day
we
at
get
work
this
with.
information out to our people, though, y'all? How can we? How, we
We
can
just
sit here
said
and we
it.
talk about it on our podcast, on this
We
YouTube
just
channel.
said it. You got to go to
We
community.
just said it. We got to be out there. And here's my point. I'm about to say it, and I'm going to make you roll your eyes because he said you got to go to the chambers and you got to go to these people. You have to vote to get the right people in there.
Yeah, because politicians can hold town halls and call some of those business people in to give that talk.
Hmm. Unfortunately, our system, our everything is run off of elected officials.
Politics,
um, which
politics.
which further proves the point. If it wasn't so important, they wouldn't try to take it from us the way that they do. Because every aspect of our lives, down to how do we get information to our community and masses, we got to go talk to those the people in that building,
Yeah,
and those people were voted, and the people that worked under them were vetted to get into that job because they have sensitive information.
exactly.
So we have to get our asses off the couch and stay off the couch to
Mm.
go and vote for these people. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Um, and we were supposed to see, we weren't ready because we weren't going to do this show to have our first position that's going to be on the ballot for midterms. But there's so many. And as I was doing the digging for that, I realized that every state has different things on it. Um, yes, not everybody's voting for governor. Not everybody is doing the Senate right now. Not every, but they're still throughout the country. So
Yeah,
I just said, forget it. I was trying to list it state by state. I said, look, damn it, we
It's
just gonna
tedious.
list the position,
that's too much.
and then you know what you know the position when you see it on y'all ballot. So we'll show you. We'll give you a link of where you can find the ballot.
And what
We'll
your
make
ballot looks like.
yeah, what your ballot looks like. There'll be from here on out. We'll have the a link in the description of every video, as well as you can go to getyourshit.com where you'll be able to see um, a link where you can see your ballot, what's coming up, different positions. There's a website called ballot.org that I will have things linked where you'll be able to see information about each of the candidates. That's separated by state. I won't do all that. I love y'all, but there's a lot. But yeah, ballot.org is separated by state, so you'll be able to see. But yeah, governor, I'm just gonna cheat because that's the one I know. Off the top of my head, the governor is the president of the state. That's the simplest way I could put it. They run stuff in the state. And I want to say, ooh, that's another link I'm gonna put in the description, baby, because Governor Westmore just gave a bomb speech for the 250th um, birthday anniversary of the country, and the way he did said what he said and did what he did put a lot of folks in check, and that is the only black governor in the country right now. And he did a lot of stuff. He's an author, professor.
I think he's an
Yeah,
ex-military guy too.
yeah, he did a lot of stuff.
And
He's
that's
a
gonna be for
bomb.
another show, guys, because
Yeah,
we
that's on another.
unfortunately are out of time.
Oh yeah, we gotta go. I forget,
Yes, we
but
have to
you'll see
go.
some things in the description. I don't think I'm gonna edit this show. I'm gonna leave it there. And so
Yes.
we asked the question and we'll put it up. Do y'all like the live shows? I see it's been a couple of people watching. We want to put some questions in there. We want to interact and at least try to do one live show a month.
Okay.
Um, I like the edit. I like the recording because it gives us a chance to fact check and put the information there, so you will be able to see it in real time as we mess up and get emotional and all that good stuff. But I do understand that sometimes you want to converse. You want to be a part of the conversation and not just the conversation after the fact. Um,
Hmm.
so, do y'all like the live shows? How y'all want to do
I
that?
like. I want to mix them up, but I like
I'm
the
good.
live shows.
I'm good.
Thank you, Tisha. We got a comment over there. I love it.
So I like that.
Um, so yeah, we can do that once a month, and we'll put it in there, and then actually bring people on. Let's talk about some things. As you know, we're gonna talk about self care, health, inner peace, and it might not be using those words, but at the end of the day, the
They
stuff
tie in.
we talk about is really dealing with our shit. Like that's the simplest way to put it. We got to get the information
No
out
other
there
way to
to
put
be
it.
able to talk about. Get your shit.
Yep.
So we love y'all. We will see y'all again real soon. Follow us Instagram, uh, Facebook, TikTok now.
TikTok.
TikTok is now. We got a Substack.
Yes.
Some information out
Spotify.
there. Who?
Spotify.
Oh yes, I forgot. I put us on Spotify, y'all. I did. That one was a little
We on
hard, but we on there.
Yep.
But yeah. So we'll see y'all soon, and some great things coming out this week as well.
Enjoy
So
your weekend, everybody.
Peace.
peace.
Peace.